And I love anything like an old man would wear or my grandpa would wear. That's how I deem it. Should I buy it or not? Hi there, Michelle here, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is a vlog. I actually started the vlog 3 days ago, and I just never shot the intro. Here it is. I started this vlog on Friday, so we're just gonna go right to Friday, or right back to Friday, and show you what I was up to, and then we'll come back here, and I'll show you what I'm up to today. First went to Value Village. Look at all this. Someone had made all of these little, I think they're knitted. I believe these are knitted squares to make something with, and then they didn't do anything with. So, you know, if you don't knit or crochet, but you want to try to put something together, definitely check out thrift stores because sometimes they have things already done for you. I was looking at this skirt here and it was cute. Like, I did like this skirt, but it was just a little bit too big for me, although it was really adorable. And I had to check out the old man sweaters because I love a good grandpa sweater. It's Morty. That does not look like Morty. And then you can get them all on a beach. After Value Village, we ended up going to this really cute yarn store in Ancaster, which we've never been to before. Oh my goodness, this store just kept going on and on and on, and there was just more and more and more rooms of yarn. Here's the thing, with actual like yarn stores that are just there to sell you yarn, a lot of it is hand dyed, and it's a lot of things that are from more like the region where you are from, I guess. I know, and they probably get stuff from like other places too, but a lot of it is like hand dyed, handmade, more specialty, better quality yarns. But then that means that they're going to be like a little bit more expensive, whereas, you know, you go to Michael's and everything is like, you know, $5, whereas these are like $20. But the thing about these stores, and if I had the money to just strictly buy from them, I totally would. I can't afford it, but the other thing about these yarns is that there's so many different colors, so many variations of things. It's like, it's not just your generic yarn. It's like every kind of yarn you could possibly imagine are like pretty much in these stores. Then we went to another Value Village. Oh, those cats just kind of creep me out, even though I'm a cat person, creep me out. This, I think, was like a napkin holder. Super adorable. It was really cute. I checked out the fabrics as I always do. This was really cute. I believe it was an apron, and I love the fabric, but it just looked a little bit too small. I like a full apron. I don't really like the half aprons. Checked out the jackets. I really like this jacket, and the price wasn't bad. It was like, what, 15 bucks? I don't need any more jackets, and I know that. Even though it was one I never owned before, I still didn't need it, so I did leave it. This sweater was actually really cute, but it was just a little bit too long for me. I like more of a cropped sweater, and not too cropped, but I just feel like I wouldn't have been able to do anything with it. This is my dream couch, and when I own a house, I want this couch. Me and my sister were laughing at this. Why is Tom Holland on a poster? Then we ended up going to this little sewing shop, and it was called The Nesting Grounds. They had a ton of fabric. They had a few yarn selections, but mostly it was a lot of really cool fabrics that you wouldn't be able to find at, like, say, Fabricland. Like, this moth fabric was so adorable. I didn't need it for anything, but it was really cute knowing that, like, it was sold somewhere, that if I need it, I could go back for it. Saturday I did nothing. Sunday is today. I was gonna go to Fabricland actually. I woke up early and it didn't open till 11, and I didn't really want to just like sit around and wait till 11 to go, so I just went to get a nice cap and I came home. Gonna go tomorrow. If you see me wearing the same clothes in multiple videos, it's usually because I am filming multiple videos at the same time. You know, it's just easier that way. Anywho, today I'm gonna get some sewing projects done. And by sewing projects, I mean I'm gonna fix the things that I keep mentioning to you that I need to fix, that I'm gonna get done. First off, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 sweaters that I have to work on today, and you've seen all of them. This one was from like Halloween. This one was from, I think, my birthday thrift trip. And then this one I actually showed in my latest video of all of my holiday sweaters. So if you haven't watched that, go check it out, because I have a lot of holiday sweaters that I think are pretty neat. So what all these sweaters have in common, they're too long, and I've finally gonna do it and just get it done with, even though I have so many other projects I really want to work on, but I need to get this done. Otherwise I'll never get it done. Plan to do is I'm gonna try them on, figure out where I want to cut them. I don't want them to be like, you know, those super cropped sweaters that are trendy. I just want them to not be so long. Maybe like a little crop, so that way they kind of sit right at like where my high-waisted pants are, I guess. And then I'm gonna take the band off at the bottom and just move it on up. So I have 3 sweaters to do that with because I have not worn them and I will not wear them until this is done. Other thing I needed to do, which I actually have to go to Fabricland, so this is more of a tomorrow thing. I have to get a new elastic band for the back of this skirt. The skirt fits. It's just that the elastic stretch in here is completely gone, so it doesn't cinch in nicely anymore. Put a new elastic band in here, but then again, that is tomorrow when I can go to Fabricland. That is basically the main thing for today, is just working on some sewing projects. So what I did is I cut the band off the bottom because I'm going to be moving it up. Then I pinned where I wanted to cut the excess fabric off that I didn't need anymore. Just took my scissors and cut it off. You know, usually I could use the ruler and maybe a rotary tool, but I wanted to use these scissors because they're heavy duty and I know that they would cut through the material. And the pins just kind of help giving me a straight line. Cut off all the little extra material from the band, pinned it good side to good side just like that, and then took it to my sewing machine. Do you see how much better this fits me? I have not worn this. I think I wore it once since I bought it in like 2015, 2016. So it's been 6 years and I've only worn it one time because it was just too long. This I will actually wear. I did lose a little bit of the border because I had to like fold it over and sew it and give it like some seam allowance kind of thing. You could technically just cut it with some scissors and like let it be, but then I don't want like the frayed edges and I really don't like it when it like starts to roll. So just adding the bottom to it, it makes all the difference. Again, I wasn't wearing it before because I didn't like how it looked on me. It was just a little bit too long, whereas this fits so nice. If you did see my one thrift haul where I was showing this, I'm still not 100% if I'm gonna keep this in the center. I kind of would like to put something else. I love the little brown collar and it is pretty cute. This one here I had thrifted a long time ago, not a long time ago, like probably the middle of October, and I haven't worn it because again, it was just way too long, but like trying it on because I never really wore it, I feel like it might have been sewn on backwards because it's loose here, but it feels really constricting. I spun it around to see if it would feel any different because you know, like when you put a shirt on backwards, it just feels off. I think it's also because the sleeve doesn't start to like down here, or if I feel like if it was up here, it probably would fit better. I'm not gonna resew it. Maybe another day. I think it looks better cropped, and again, it's not like super cropped. It's just hitting me at a normal point than the longer version did. On Wednesday, me and my sister decided to do a YouTube video, which will be the next video to come out, of us making gingerbread houses they're gingerbread kits that we got from Michael's, and they were something. Today is now Thursday. So today I'm actually gonna go to Fabricland finally. I've said I wanted to go to Fabricland for like a week now and I haven't done it, to buy that elastic band to fix that skirt. I don't really know where the skirt is right now. I'll find it. And then I can start wearing that skirt because I haven't been able to wear that skirt because I haven't put an elastic in. And I haven't put an elastic in because I have to go to Fabricland. And I haven't been to Fabricland. So I'm gonna go to Fabricland and get that elastic that I need, that I've needed for like 2 weeks now. I was looking for a certain type of elastic. I wanted to make sure, like here's the thing, there's different stretches of elastic, and I wanted to make sure that I got one that was really stretchy and not one that didn't really have too much stretch to it, if that makes sense. I needed to pick up one that I really liked, and I ended up finding these, which were already pre-cut for you. So I ended up buying those instead. And then, I mean, I was next to Value Village, so why not, peruse what they have. This was kind of neat. I wanted $50 for it. Also, it was Banana Republic. But if this was like true vintage and it was like 20 bucks, I probably would have bought it. Now, these were in the bath mat section, but I don't know if these were actually for like, the bathroom. They were really cute. And I kind of regret not buying it, but also like I don't need any rugs. Then I checked out the patterns. A lot of knitting patterns, a lot more knitting patterns than crocheting patterns. But I never really find too many crocheting patterns. It's mostly knitting stuff. I was looking at the sewing machines. This one was so tiny and little and just so cute. Now this is what I'm actually looking for, this little tiny mini iron, but this one was beat up, so I didn't buy it. As soon as I got home, I started working on my skirt that I needed to fix. Okay, so it really looks like the elastic is loose in here, like it's not sewn in, which is great. What I ended up doing was I ripped at the seams where the elastic was sewn onto, and this was actually quite easy once I got the hang of it. Then I just pulled the old elastic out. That's what it looked like inside. Oh my. So what I did is I tried it on and then I clipped it of all that extra material that needs to be bunched up, and it clipped to here, meaning that I only need like this much elastic. And then I still have all this extra elastic left for future projects that I could do. And I used a large safety pin to weave the elastic through the, where I have to put the elastic in. So I stitched it right there, and then it's a little too thick to go through my sewing machine with all the layers, so I'm gonna just have to hand sew that. It fits me so much. What is that? It says string. Oh my God. Why? I just have little white string. Oh. I'm like, why do I keep finding little white strings everywhere? And then I remembered, if you had watched my last video of me crocheting my winter holiday cardigan, I had to sew pearls on and I used white string. And so when I had to cut the ends off, not all of it made it in the garbage. So now they're everywhere. It just fits me so much nicer, and there's still some room. I didn't do it too tight. That way, if I am wearing a thicker sweater or something, I can still tuck it in. I thrifted this, what, like 3 weeks ago, and I haven't worn it because the elastic had gone in the back and I needed to get a new elastic. All right, we are at the part of the vlog where I'm gonna show you what I thrifted and the other things that I found. First off, this really cute sweater. I think it's like hand knitted, like someone had like made it, like it's not like a manufactured item. I also feel like I'm gonna get a lot of people asking, did you make that? I think that's the one thing I don't like about like making my own things, is because then after I tell people I make things, they just assume everything that I wear that's like knitted like this, that I made it. And not to say that I can't make this. I totally could make this. I actually thrifted this for $6 and I can't buy yarn that cheap nor make it for that price. So I am just doing a little try on for this one, even though you seen it on me as I was sitting in the car and sitting here. Like, this is kind of giving me like peanut butter and chocolate, and I really want to have a Reese's cup. It's fine. Yeah, it is very pilly. Like there's a lot of little like, pills on it that I have to get one of those, like, it's like a little mechanism that like shaves it down, and I did have one, but I got it at the Dollarama and it doesn't really work that well. I also feel like an old man would wear this. I did find it in the men's department, so I am glad that I did purchase this, but it's definitely something that I could see myself crocheting, but now I don't have to take the time to do it because I got other projects to do. But anyways, let's get into the other things that I found. So I'm going to show you what I got at the craft stores. Not really craft stores. They're like yarn stores, fabric stores that aren't like your generic stores, I guess. I've never really been to actual yarn stores that isn't Michael's or Len's Mills because I didn't really know where they were. Because my sister is actually really into crocheting too, so it's like, okay, well, I have someone to go to these yarn stores with me because I also have a little bit of anxiety when I go into stores that I've never been to before, so it's always good to have like someone to go with me. I did actually find some yarn that I'm not too sure what to do with yet, but I saw it and I'm like, I need to buy it. I found this yarn here. The brand is Bamboo Bloom Hand Paints by Universal Yarn. This one is actually made in Turkey, and this one was $7, and I think that's kind of the reason why I bought it, is because I could actually afford it. There's some other yarns that were just so beautiful. I couldn't afford it at the time. I've never actually bought yarn that looks like this or in this shape. Usually the yarn that I buy is already like wound for me, whereas this I have to do it by hand. I'm really excited to make something out of this. I'm thinking maybe a hat. I think this should be enough for a hat, maybe. Really like the colors. I really like the pastels. Thought it was really cute. The other store we went to was more fabrics and more sewing rather than yarn related, but there was some yarn stuff there. But I did pick up something there that I have wanted for such a long time, but I just could never afford it or find one that I actually like really liked. And that is these little sewing scissors that look like, I believe, a stork. Like, they're in a rose gold color, and I've always wanted a pair of scissors like this. Also, they were $10. Like, this was such a good price for a pair of little scissors like this. I did hear the story about why they're shaped like this, but honestly, off the top of my head, I can remember little bits and pieces, but not like the full thing. But it's actually really kind of a neat story of how these scissors came to be, so I'm really glad I bought these. Also, I probably should like not have them anywhere near my eyes because I'll probably stab myself. All right, on to the rest of the haul. I don't know why I did that with my hand. It's not a lot. It's not like the huge thrift haul that I do in my like thrift haul videos, so that's why I put it at the end of the vlog. First up, I found this. Come on, these are my colors. And it was $3. I think this is like Table Runner or something. Definitely something from like the 70s or the 80s. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. That would actually be a really good idea. I should put it there. So here's the thing. You might see this. This actually came from my grandpa. It's like a little tiny metal locker. The reason why I put it here is because my sewing table, like this, you know, the sewing table that has the vintage sewing machine in it, has my actual real sewing machine on top of it. I put it here, and then I put these two pieces underneath it. So then that way it's straight, because you see how it's like that. If I get an idea in my head, I gotta do it as soon as I think about it. There we go. That looks a little bit better. I like that there. I think it looks so cute. And it's not that I don't like the locker itself. I think the locker is really cute. I like the warm tone, so I feel like that's really cute, and that's gonna stay there now. The next thing I did thrift this. You know, I'm living my old man life, so why not have a decorative frame for a decorative plate? Still in its original packaging. This is old, and the reason why I wanted it is because you can actually hang it up. I'm not going to take it out of the packaging yet, but you can take it out and put it on your wall. So you see like that moose plate that I have back there? You put that decorative plate in here and then it becomes art. Paid $4 for this. That's not a bad price for something that I was actually looking for. So there's one more thing that I did buy from that haul, but I'm gonna leave it to the very end because it's gonna blow your mind. Anyways, today, Thursday, I went to Fabricland, you know, to like fix that skirt, and I think the skirt is much better now. Now I can actually wear it. I'm right next to a Value Village. I might as well go in. The first thing I found is this. It was $4. Oh, that's Edna. Okay, so these are from Edna. She has her names on here, but they are actually knitting patterns. And yes, I know I crochet. I bought it because of this. You see that cat right there? I bought it because of that. Funny story. I actually own this sweater. I thrifted this well before my YouTube days. I think I thrifted this probably in 2016, 2017, so a real long time ago. Although like 2016 feels like 3 years ago, and it's not. It's like 6 years ago. I had thrifted this, and I was always wondering, like, why is it like so small? It's kind of like cropped and it's cute. It's because it's made for a child. Probably like a year ago, I was thrifting and I had seen this pattern. I'd seen this pattern in a thrift store, and I'm like, well, I don't need to buy the pattern. I have this sweater. After a while, I just like kept thinking in the back of my head that I regretted not buying it. I regretted not buying this pattern, even though I don't knit. And it's so funny because I wasn't going to go thrifting. I'm like, something was telling me, go into the thrift store. Whenever I get that little voice in my head, I'm like, I gotta go. Because I always find the best stuff. Well, I found it, and I'm like, you know what? I missed my opportunity years ago. I'm gonna buy it this time. And I know I don't knit. I would like to get into knitting. Oh my God, that child. He's wearing a dinosaur. Oh my God, and it goes on the sleeve. Look at that. They give you the pattern. But here's the thing. I'm just gonna change it to crochet terms, meaning I'm just gonna use the blocking, the outlining, and then just crochet it, you know? Because I feel like they're very versatile. Because I'm not gonna go for the technical whatever, like, oh, you should do this, this, this. It's great to have, so I can alter it a little bit and crochet it. So that's why I kind of bought it, because then I can see how it was made and then block it with my own crocheting stuff. So more for the patterns, less for how it's actually constructed. This one has a bunch of sheep on it. That would be the most cutest sweater in the whole world. Oh my God, it's this. It's this. I need to make this version. It came with the sock one, and then it came with this one, but I don't know if that's a number. It looks like it says on to sleeve. Person just wrote it on their face. And then the other thing that I found, a little pricey, but I've wanted another one for a really long time. I thrifted this old man fish shirt. Now, years ago, and when I mean years ago, I mean when I first started my channel back in 2019. Those videos aren't up anymore. If you had watched my channel way back then when I had like 3 subscribers, I did do a thrift haul where I showed this sweater. Now, I love this sweater. The only problem with it is that the way that it was made, it's kind of like a loose knit, so it's just very like baggy in not the right way. It's not very flattering, and it's more of like an at-home lounging kind of sweater, but I really wanted another fish sweater. Like, I really wanted another fish sweater, and then when I saw this fish sweater, I'm like, I need to own this. The price of it was $10.49. If it was just any old sweater, I don't think I would have got it, but because it was a fish sweater, and I love anything like an old man would wear or my grandpa would wear, that's how I deem it. Should I buy it or not? I had to pick it up because I wanted a sweater that I could wear out and about, and not to replace this one, because I really do like this one. I've always wanted another one. Okay, this fits me so nicely. I don't know what the size was. Like, it feels like it's a men's small, and then I was like kind of like afraid that it was going to be too small. But the way the material is, it's very like loose in a good way, and it's flowy. It's everything you want in a fish shirt. And then it's just like the fish jumping out of the water. Do I fish? No. have I fished once when I think I was 10 in my Oma and Opa's pond, and I think they had some catfish in there. That's about it. These are the old man sweaters that I am always looking for. Okay, we are on to the last item, the piece de resistance. When I saw it, I wasn't too sure if I should buy it, but the more I looked at it, the more I'm like, I would be a fool if I didn't buy it. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. I bought a sewing machine. I don't need a fourth sewing machine, but this one is so cool. How am I gonna even show it to y'all? It's so heavy. You have to unlock it in the front here, and then there's 2 clips on the top of this case, and it's all metal. It's all amazing. I did some research, and this was from 1952 to 1956. It has a little place for, they are called cams, I have learned that, where you can do different stitches such as zigzags and whatnot. It has a knee pedal instead of a foot pedal, which is really neat. Like this color is amazing. There's a little switch here, turn that on, that's what it's looking like. And then if you hit the foot pedal or the knee pedal, it still works. Slides out, and then it comes with some needles, it comes with all these cool foot pedals, and then it even comes with these, and what these are little discs for different types of stitches. And so then you come over here, you lift that up, you'd put it in here, you close it, like it does like all these like little fancy stitches for you. Also, I don't know if I mentioned the price of it, but this was $20. This was $20. Also, the case of it becomes a sewing table. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I would love to collect old sewing machines. Like that would be fantastic. I don't really have the room for them. Also, I don't really want to spend money on it. And that's kind of the reason why I haven't been collecting them, is because sure, I see so many cool ones out there that I would love to own all of them, but I always just kind of waited for the one, and I found the one that I needed to buy because it is so unique. I've never seen anything like it before. I love the color. If I get it to like actually be able to sew and stuff, I can like travel with it. If I have to go somewhere, I can just bust out my sewing machine and be the coolest person in the room. This sewing machine is probably the thrift find of the year. That will do it for this vlog. If you are new to my channel, like sewing, crafting, thrifting, and crocheting, why not hit that subscribe button? You can also follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok, which is both Fancy Dinosaur Tea Party. I think that is it. So y'all have a good day now.